Hey, what's up, guys? This video is about never taking it back. I did this about 3 times in my younger years about trying to go back to an old relationship. Now, whether it ended on a good note or a bad note or whatever, it never worked out the second time. Um, every single time, end up trying to go back to the old relationship. It never was the same. It's just like when I first did, I'm like, okay, well, let me just give it another shot and make it, and hopefully it'll work. Maybe it'll work out this time. And it always end up being worse. So that's why when I hear people, you have some people, you're just hooking up or whatever, I guess, but that's a different story. You just kind of, you got them females you probably deal with or a female you probably deal with. Y'all probably just, mess around every now and then. That's different. I'm talking about like an actual relationship or whatever. So when that happens, I don't know, man. Like me personally, 'cause like I said, I did it about 3 times, man. It never worked out. Because the second time around it was always worse. Like, matter of fact, the one lady I told you guys I was talking to, the one I went to college. I met her at college, the one with the kid. I ended up doing that. We was dating or whatever, it didn't work out. Like I said, I wasn't where I wanted to be in life, so and then even if I was, for the most part, it wasn't gonna work out anyway because I sure wasn't gonna be no stepdaddy. But the time we spent together was cool at the beginning, but the second time around, it just didn't work out. You know what I mean? She didn't, been in a whole lot of messed up relationships, and she didn't gain a whole lot of weight. I'm like, man, so that's what that was. You know what I mean? So even now, she just, like I say, man, if she I got her at a good time. Well, I guess the good time, the best time would have got before she had the kid, right? But at the time I met her, she's her body was tight and stuff like that. So, and she was handling her business in the bedroom or whatever. So that was the best. I'm not gonna say that's the best time I called her. You know what I mean? Like I said, if I would call her before the kid, that would have been the best time. But still, that was probably the last uh, part of her life to where she was gonna look the best. You know what I mean? That's the best version of herself. I'll say that. Then when I met her the second time, she didn't started gaining weight, and the sex wasn't the same, and all the other stuff like that. So it just didn't work out, man. So even with the other lady I met when I took my aunt to I think she had to get like a dialysis or something like that. I can't remember, man. But anyway, lady, she's in Texas, but she came from Austin, a tall one. You know what I mean? That's top heavy. So I met her. We was dating or whatever. And then we started kind of fighting or whatever like that, and ended up breaking it off. And I ended up coming back again. And then that's when like I said, that's when she was talking about the whole pregnancy thing. She wanted to have a kid and she wanted to get married. And that's when that second time around, like, you know what, man, let's go ahead and just talk to your ex boyfriend and see if he ready now to do that. I'm not saying as far as the average guy that it won't work out, but like I said, I did it 3 times, man, it didn't work out. And, now I know for sure moving forward, you know, uh, if it didn't work out the first time, it's not gonna work out the second time. It's not gonna work out the third time. So, I know some of you guys, when you get married and you end up getting divorced, you end up doing it again. But the problem is like after the second time, I'm gonna give you guys some credit. After the second time, I don't know, man. Me personally, of course, I'm not getting married, but I'm just saying for the guys who just keep getting married, it's like, bro, after that second time, just go ahead and hang it up. Just have your, a long time girlfriend. But I don't want to catch the backlash on that. But it's like I hear guys that's been married 3, 4 times. Same thing with the women. It's like that lets me know you guys are not taking your time to get to know the person before you get married. Because how do you get divorced twice? How do you get divorced 3 times? You know what I mean? So that lets me know that either you're a bad judge of character, or I don't know, man. That's something I can think of. You know what I mean? So you guys got to take your time. If you're going that route, like I said, I'm not shaming nobody who wants to get married and like that. But if you about to go that route, man, take your time and get to know the woman. There's no need to rush, bro. Marriage ain't going nowhere. Stop letting these women rush you into doing something like that. You might want to marry her, but you don't need to marry her at the end of the month. People be saying, oh, you don't need 90 days. And no, shut up, fool. No, you don't need it take a long time to really get to know somebody, several years at that. You got some people who just got married out of nowhere and they've been together for like 15 years. I get that, but that's not the norm. So if you're looking to get married, bro, like just take your time on that, man. It ain't going nowhere. Why she rushing you to get married, or why you rushing to get married? You know what I mean? No, take your time, man. Actually get to know each other and then make the decision after that. That's all it is with that. But as far as like, even if she break up with you, you know what I mean? If you didn't break up, want a divorce or whatever, and she wanted that, from you, she wanted to divorce you, she wanted to break up with you, and she ended up coming back. A lot of times they do that because the grass wasn't greener on the other side like they thought it would be. So now they know they messed up. Like, oh, that guy, he's wanted to hump and dump or whatever, or he wasn't doing good financially, or he wasn't able to take care of me like my last boyfriend or husband. Now they want to spin the block and, try to, don't never do that, bro. I don't care how bad the story is and whatever. I don't care how long you known her. Nah, man, don't never take her back. I'm gonna say this too. If you want to go ahead and keep start this hooking up with her, that's on you. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. If she coming back and she's trying to get you back in her life or whatever, because like I say, she dropped the ball. And if you guys don't have any kids, she gonna try everything she can to get pregnant. So you already know where I'm going. So you can get the child support, the alimony, all the other stuff like that, man. So even if you guys don't get married, she's still gonna hit you with the child support. That's besides the point. Whether you guys are married or not, she's still gonna try to get you for the child support. So with that being said, it's best just to leave her alone entirely, because normally when they come back again, when they try to spin the block, they got ill intentions for you. So I don't care, like I said, how good she look, how long y'all been together, bro. You gotta move on, bro. It's that simple, man. Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't nothing going on, if nothing was wrong with the relationship, why did she divorce you? Why did she leave you all of a sudden? If nothing was wrong with the relationship, so never let them spin the block on you, bro. Like I said, every time they do that, they realize they messed up and they down bad, and they try to take advantage of your kindness or whatever the case may be, man. I know it's easier said than done, but you guys gotta, pull up your pants, man, and go ahead and keep moving forward, man. You'll find a lady who actually appreciates you, and this is what it is. Because, like I told you guys before in one of my older videos, as soon as you take her back, automatically, bro, whether she tell you or not, she's gonna look at you as a sucker, a spineless dweeb, and that's reality. And a lot of you guys know that. You know what I mean? A lot of you guys know that, but you don't care. You say, oh, I'm just gonna be a spineless dweeb. I'm just gonna be, a fragile man. Go ahead, bro. But I guarantee your life gonna be terrible. And you trying to compare from before you guys broke up. Oh, everything was good, and then it's gonna be the same. The second time around. No, it won't. No, it won't. Cause like I said, the reason why she left, bro, cause she wanted to go. She thought she didn't level up on your ass. So that's why she ditched you. She didn't give a shit about you, bro, when she was out there getting bent over by an old boy or whatever like that, thinking that she winning. And then all of a sudden, she found out that she was just a late night creep. And now she looking sad and stuff like that. Now she, like I say, after 26, she hit the wall. Now she in her 30s or in her 40s, and she's trying to spend nah, bro, leave her out there. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, because obviously, you got them simple ass women. They don't know how else to get a man, but just to offer their body to you. So you think that she gonna throw you the box, that's gonna solve all the problems. I had so many women do that to me, bro. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Turn them down. I keep it pushing. Like, don't be so stupid and fall for that little simple ass teenager, tactic or whatever. Oh, I'm just gonna sleep with him and he's gonna forgive me. And I mean, get your weak ass out of here. You deserve everything that come your way, bro. If you so gullible, you gonna let a woman just manipulate you just like that. You been getting that box. That box is already worn down, bro. It ain't the same. You probably caught her after her prime. You know what I mean? So you ain't missing nothing. Ain't nothing, bro. That box ain't nothing different from the other chick that's in her 30s, that's in her 40s. You ain't winning, bro. You ain't coming up by, recycling some used box, bro. You know what I mean? You better go get you a young chick and go do that with. But that's just reality. A lot of guys don't want to face it because you're so weak. Like, oh, we got so much memories together, this and that, bro. Shut up, man. I'm tell you this right now. No one cares about using you, abusing you, bro. If you allow people to do that, they're going to keep doing it. I don't care how much you preach the Bible, how much you didn't help this person out or whatever, or you smiled every day, you always stay positive. No one gives a shit about that, bro. As long as you are a person without a backbone, people will always run over you. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. And I don't care. You got some guys like, well, she's my girlfriend, she's my wife, so it's okay. I'll allow it. It's no big deal. It is a big deal, homie. It is a big deal. That's why she running. That's why she's sleeping around on you while you at work or whatever like that. And she coming back home, with somebody semen inside of her, bro. You over here giggling, laughing with the hoe. You know what I mean? You gotta have a backbone, bro. Like I say, man, I know stuff happens, and you probably have somebody in the comments saying like, "Oh yeah, we broke up, but the second time around it worked out, and we still look." That's fine. But again, that's not the norm, homie. That's not the norm. So don't go around telling your friends and family, "Oh yeah, you can break up. You can just go ahead and try it again. It may work out this time." Nah, man, you gotta keep moving. Life is life is an adventure, it's a journey. You gotta keep moving, bro. At the end of the day, if you never move forward, you'll never get nowhere. So why you keep on reminiscing about the girl you didn't date in high school? Man, you in your 50s, homie. Why you still reminiscing about that? You gotta move forward. Man, you gotta grow up and keep moving. It's that simple. Why you reminiscing about the girl you didn't date 2 years ago that was a 10 or whatever? You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, man, get over that. There's so many guys that be chasing at these females that be like from high school, from middle school. Like, bro, you in your 50s, homie. You in your 40s. If she ain't give you the box, back then, she'll give it to you now, but she gonna be ran down. She gonna be 100 pounds overweight, whole bunch of tattoos, wigs, terrible attitude. You know what I mean? A loose box. Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead and do that, man. Go ahead and take her. Go ahead. You think you're winning, man. So anyway, guys, man, if you run across this situation, man, don't be ashamed. Don't feel bad because you didn't decide to take her back. I don't care how good the story is, bro. You got to keep moving forward. That's all it is. So, like I said, you probably be cool with her, whatever like that. But I'm gonna tell you this: you don't need a female friend. It's that simple. Because all she's gonna do is say, "Oh, we're just gonna be friends. We'll take our time. We'll build it back up." Shut up. All she's gonna do is she just using that to keep you around, bro. Then eventually you gonna sleep with her because you're a fucking weak ass dude. And then you back to where you started, and now it's gonna be even worse. I heard so many stories about guys doing that, and then she cheated again. You know what I mean? She divorced. She now she hooking up with the trainer, even though she don't work out. She just go there. She's still fat. You know what I mean? But you looking stupid now. You in the break room crying, telling everybody what happened. Everybody over here trying to console your stupid ass. So don't do that, bro. It is what it is. Like I said, if you ain't doing anything wrong, fam, don't even take her back. Now, if you did something wrong, and then you go back and try to, that's different. But if you ain't doing nothing wrong, you over here paying the bills, you over here giving them money, taking care of the whole nine, and all of a sudden, oh, this ain't working out. I can't do this anymore. I feel like a prisoner. Blah, and she end up leaving you, bro. Keep her outside. Keep her out there, bro. Why you over here? Nah. Like I said, if you did something wrong, that's different. But if you ain't doing nothing wrong, she decided, yeah, get rid of her, bro. But anyway, man, if you guys enjoyed the story or whatever, the video, if you got any stories, any comments or whatever, man, if you like the video, you already know what to do. If you don't like it, you already know what to do. Go ahead and share, subscribe, all the other good stuff. And no matter what, always protect your peace, your pockets, and your purpose. All right, guys.